What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Vicky, how are you?
I am doing good. I'm surviving. There's a lot of sun coming from behind me that's messing up my camera. But I didn't feel like going back over there and getting the very expensive green screen. So y'all gonna be all right.
Gotcha. So today we're looking at episodes 3 and 4 of Rings of Power season 2. Uh, don't watch the third episode if you have arachnophobia.
Oh
Just
yeah.
don't, because
Yeah.
that first 10 minutes,
That was a lot of spider action.
yeah, it's a lot of spider action.
I guess because I don't have arachnophobia, so I don't think about it. Like I know a lot of people. Okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. I have no problem with spiders on the TV. Now, when it's a big hairy spider in my house, I
There's a
have a
difference.
problem with. Daddy long legs don't bother me, but any other kind of spider that I don't know what that is. Obviously, in New Jersey, you only have one actual like deadly spider, which is the brown recluse. But other
Oh,
than that, all the rest of the spiders are not like dangerous to us. But I don't care. No, except for daddy long legs. I'll pick them up like nothing. I don't care. Actually, matter of fact, I will leave a daddy long leg alone. Like I'm like, you can be my roommate.
you get to live.
You can you can live in my house with me because you're gonna get any bugs I don't kill myself. So you can hang out. Any other spider got to go. But when it's on TV, it don't bother me. Now, what does bother me is snakes. Snakes
Yes.
yeah, a little bit.
Well, I will give them this. The CG on the monsters and the trolls in this episode was actually off the chain because the spiders looked movie quality, like
Yeah,
as far as
yeah,
the creepiness of
everything
it.
has looked really good.
Yeah. So I have to say that we got some horse kung fu in this episode, which I thought was actually pretty cool. Because Isildur, we found out what was where Isildur's been. He was with the spiders, and his horse was just like, "I ain't leaving until I go get my
My
boy."
man. Yo,
And
listen.
he went and got him.
Listen. Listen. That horse is a G. When I tell you he was ripping and running, couldn't nobody catch him. He dipping and dodging people. Oh, you think you gonna get me? Nope. You go
Yeah,
like I was so surprised. Like that that horse is the horse you want for life.
yeah, like the true meaning of ride or die. So
Yo, that horse is Epona.
basically, basically, um, I, for the most part, I'd say like episode 3, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought the pacing was good on it. They pushed the story along, especially with the stuff because this time we were in Numenor and we were in uh the dwarf city for the majority of the
Yeah.
episode, and that's one of the things I would say. I think as opposed to the first season, I like the fact that like okay, we know where these groups are now, so the episode would be okay. You're in room with the stranger and the hobbits. You're in the elf lands with Galadriel, Elrond, and their stuff, and then you're with the dwarves, and then you're with they know to do it out and just keep the episode on those 2 or 3, and then the next episode they'll go back to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that they did that. Durin is still my favorite character. Him and his wife, they are my favorite character. The dwarves, Durin and his wife are my favorite characters.
They are they are good people.
Yeah, because I'm like Durin is like when Sauron was trying to flatter him. Durin was like, "Oh yeah, Elrond said that about me. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Get outside." Elrond would never say that to somebody he don't know about me. He
Nope.
don't talk like that about me to people he don't know. I'm like, smart though. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's smart. I'm like, so he ain't gonna be manipulated.
Yeah, like I know my best friend.
Yeah.
My best friend ain't doing that.
Yeah. Especially like, what's your name is again? Oh, you had to take it up. All right, yeah. I don't
Mhm.
trust you.
Yeah,
I do
nah,
not
fam,
trust
nah,
you.
fam.
Yeah. So Durin continues to be like my favorite character in this series so far. And that's across both seasons. he's just my favorite. I will give Sauron this. He is good at manipulating because I'm like, he was manipulating his ass off that third episode.
He was playing people like no problem.
Like, oh, okay, all right. You ain't gonna do what I say? Bet. Watch this.
Watch and find out.
Watch and find out. I gotta say, your boy Isildur is not street smart.
Who's not street smart?
Isildur. Just dumb. Like, okay, first your horse saved you.
Oh, yeah.
You meet the girl, I like you get stabbed, and I'm like, hey, something off about this girl. He goes to see, I'm like, dude, it's clearly a setup, man.
Like, you never seen like the honey bait? Like, that's what she is. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, you were so like, and then he keeps doing it. Like, he keeps like, oh, I want to help them. Oh, I want to help. Listen, save yourself first.
So let me get this straight. This dude said they got attacked by orcs and they still alive?
Yeah.
Bruh.
The orcs can smell people. So, like, how you think she was able to hide? Now, if she was under a dead body, then maybe. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, bruh, you gotta be the dumbest. Like, but you know what? I can see now why the ring took him over. Because I'm like, you are weak mind. You got a weak mind for real. So,
is he one of the ones that takes the ring?
He's the one that cuts the ring off of Sauron's fingers.
Oh.
When the actual battle does happen, he's the one that cuts the one ring off of his fingers. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this is the guy. I'm like, oh my goodness.
So. And then he puts it on like an idiot.
No, he's the one that does the first. My precious is precious to me. I won't let no. He wore it around his neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then wait, how did it end up in? He
got killed. He got ambushed in it. When he got killed, it fell off and fell in that lake bed.
And fell into the lake. Okay.
Yeah, and that's when Smeagol picked it up 3,000 years later.
Again. So here's my thing. However this ends, it has to end with that happening.
Mm-hmm.
It has to end in that moment of the ring ending up in the lake. Like that's like to connect it all.
That's how it should end, yeah.
That's how it has to end.
Yeah.
So
that's how it should end. You know, it's Hollywood. They don't really care about that. About continuity.
You know, because then I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if they're getting a season 3.
I don't either.
So that's where the problem is.
Yeah. Unless they do because you can do the battle in 2 episodes.
Yeah. Like if you doing season 2 and you're like, oh, they're like, you're not getting a season 3. So then you end it with that moment. Mm-hmm. And it happens like the Flash when they're like, oh, wait, we're going to do another season. Like, wait, we wrapped everything up.
Yeah.
We ended this. What do you mean you're giving us another season?
Yeah.
We ended. We had the perfect ending moment. Now you're like, no, one more season.
Well, they like because if you want to do the battle, you can have everybody come together and do that battle in like 2 episodes, and then have that all happen. So, I mean, that's how I would see them doing it. The only other thing that caught me off guard with episode 3, the King of the Eagles shows up in Numenor. Now, in the books, the King of the Eagles can talk. Him and Shadowfax can talk. The King of the Horses, they can talk human tongue. So I'm like, why do y'all not have him talking? Like, because he just showed up, called, and left. I'm like, okay. And dude is like the weird cousin of the Queen Regent is like, oh yeah, I guess he's supposed to be king now. That's kind of the weakest part of the show.
Definitely look like the type that would be corrupted.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why they got to set up the 9 kings that take the ring and don't take it off. he got to be one of them. He has to be because he wants power. So that's that. That's how that episode ends. So on to episode 4, and this one we pretty much stick with Elrond and Galadriel pretty much the whole way, and then we go back. We pretty much stick with Elrond and Galadriel for the majority of it, and we stick with the stranger and what's going on with them and the halflings. It's and the Isildur stuff as well. This episode,
so I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. I sat and I watched the episode Friday, Saturday, whatever. I watched it.
Uh-huh.
How long was that episode?
About an hour. That one was an hour.
It was an hour.
Yeah.
But it felt like it was an hour of nothing. I felt like there was like a couple of moments, but then when I was done and I turned and I was like, what happened? Like, I don't know. I felt like I didn't feel like anything happened.
It didn't, because it felt like a setup episode.
Okay.
Because
they had 3 like banger episodes, like bam, 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 and in this episode, I was like, did something happen?
Yeah, it was a setup for Tom Bombadil and the Stranger versus the Dark Wizard. That was a setup on one thing. And they're doing a good job of making me not like Elrond and Galadriel this season. So
it's like
I get
the only good elf is Legolas.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I understand where Elrond's coming from, but I'm like, bruh, y'all supposed to be cool from kids. Like, you ain't gotta be like that. You saw what now. I do understand why he is saying, like, look, your boyfriend is your toxic boyfriend. I can't trust anything you say because you still wearing your toxic boyfriend little gift. Yeah. And it was very interesting because at the end of the episode, they have that fight where she goes off. And from the outset, it did look like she was sacrificing herself so they could get away. But what Elrond said, I'm like, dude, that actually makes sense. Because she gave the ring to Elrond, and I'm like, she didn't want them to get her ring. That's what that was. She wasn't trying to sacrifice herself. And then, I hope I'm saying his name right. Auditor, the guy over
Adair or something like that.
Now he wants to talk. So I'm guessing this is where they do the team up because he knows Sauron ain't dead.
Yeah.
He knows he's not. So that's why I think where we get the team up. Now, the other thing too is like everybody's supposed to take their rings and use them at first, but then the elves take theirs off, and then the dwarves realize that something ain't right and they take theirs off. The only people who don't take theirs off is the human kings, and that's because they have to still have theirs on when Sauron makes his ring. So I'm like, okay, I think I see where this is going. And I'm actually kind of cool with it. Another cool thing that happened, we got to see some Ents. If you remember Two Towers, we got to see some Ents in this one, 2 of them. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
If you remember Clerks 2, when he was talking about Return of the Jedi versus Return of the King.
Yeah.
They're like, it's 3 movies about people walking.
Yeah.
The trees walked.
Yeah. So we do get to see some of them. We do get to see them in this one. I thought their introduction was actually pretty cool, honestly, because they made them different looking than they were in the original in Two Towers. One of them was basically a cherry blossom tree, and the other one was like a great oak. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. They didn't just make them all look the same for CGI purposes. They made them look different. They made the 2 of them look different. I like that. I liked the Wraith fight where they had to fight the fallen kings, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was actually pretty cool. And also you got to see Elrond. Elrond can fight, and he's not stupid. And I'm like, cool. At least we done, established that. So they did a good job of doing that. The introduction of Tom Bombadil, I know a lot of people want to see him in the original stuff. but they had to cut him due to just time. So it was actually interesting, and the guy that played him, I think he did a pretty good job. I think it's going to be interesting seeing how that all plays out in the coming episodes too. So the fourth episode, yeah,
that was a sad moment with like the Harfoots, and they were
yeah,
like, "No, we never found a home. We're
yeah,
still wandering." I was like, "It's okay. You'll become hobbits. You're
yeah,
gonna find it. You'll find it. Just hold on. You might be dead though, but
yeah.
some of your people will find it. They're gonna find that grassy knoll where they'll build their little hobbit holes and they'll be happy."
Yeah, basically. I mean, that part was kind of like the sad
Sad.
part, but I do agree with you. If that episode does feel like a whole lot of nothing happened, but that's because it's the setup episode.
Yeah.
Like it's setting up because the Dark Wizard basically said, "Don't worry about that Easter. I'm going after him." I'm like, "Oh, we gonna get us a showdown." I'm like, "Oh, we about to get us a showdown." All right. So
You gonna mess around and find out though.
yeah, so that's going to be actually interesting. It's going to be real interesting, I think, in the next couple of episodes.
So, how many years in the past is this again?
This has to be in that 3,000 years before Hobbit. So this happens, yeah, because this happens when Sauron, when they defeat Sauron in Mordor, everybody unites to defeat Sauron and cut the ring off and all that.
How long do wizards live for?
Well, they live until they complete their task, whatever their task is.
Oh,
that's the whole thing with the wizards. In the way Tolkien does it is kind of weird. He kind of like describes them as like angels, kind of.
Oh, so there's a task that they must complete,
and that's when they leave after they complete their task.
When does what is Gandalf's task?
Well, Tom told him it's to stop Sauron and the Dark Wizard.
Oh, and so I guess he only sort of stopped them then, so he has to,
because they didn't finish them. Yeah, because the ring was the one ring was never destroyed.
They didn't finish it.
They didn't finish them, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. I mean, that's why it's going to be interesting because I haven't heard of them getting to season 3, and honestly, there's a lot because Isildur needs to meet Elrond. Isildur's father needs to come back to Middle Earth. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen before that battle ever happens. Because Isildur and Elrond are supposed to know each other. That's why when they go in there, when he cuts the ring off of his fingers after Sauron kills his dad, they go into the mouth and Elrond tells him to throw it in, and he don't do it. And he turns around and walks out. And he calls it his precious. And that's when he wears it around his neck.
That's when Elrond should have thrown Isildur in there. Like, matter of fact, you go with it.
What Elrond should have did was, oh, my bad, I slipped.
Yep. And right on in. You go right on in.
So, I mean, yeah. But I don't know. I find it interesting because, like, it's like tales we never didn't get to see. So I find it a little bit interesting, even though I'm like, Isildur. I hope you don't go full Kristen Cole from Game of Thrones and turn into a violent simp, because that girl got him sprung.
Then her man shows up at the end.
Yeah, I was like, oh, snap, he didn't die. He didn't die.
I was like, oh.
And she was right about to kiss him right in front of him. I was like, this about to get messy as X-Men 97. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but yeah, I'm hoping the Isildur doesn't go full Kristen Cole, because I'm like, you never want to go that much into simp territory, because she had his nose wide open.
Like, that's a dang on shame.
I'm like, bruh, she got a sword pointed at your neck, bruh. And what's up with Hollywood? Hollywood always say they don't like domestic violence, but every relationship they show, damn it, has domestic violence in it. Like, we can't be lovers unless we try to kill each other.
At all. Like, we
First.
gotta, you know.
We gotta establish this love based off me trying to kill you. Huh?
Basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Hollywood to stop doing that. For real. Like, god dang, man. So yeah. Other than that, though, I thought the episode was fine. Season so far, I think is not bad. I don't think it's bad so far. It could stand to be tightened up in a couple of spots, but other than that, I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah. So, like, I guess we'll see. Episode 5. How many episodes is this?
I think it's supposed to be 8. I think it's 8.
Really? If it's 8 and they dropped 3 at once, that's wild.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't understand why they did that.
This is on Prime, right? This is on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime. Yeah, it's 8 episodes total. So I don't know why they dropped the first 3 like that. They shouldn't have did that, but
do they have another? Maybe they have another show coming, and they just need it.
Yeah. And they needed it out the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're at the midway point of the season. Oh well. But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think if you're watching it. Let us know what you guys feel like so far. Vicky, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Yeah, as always, come by Fangirl Review on Twitch. Yeah, I didn't stream last week. I didn't feel like it. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, and I hurt my back, so I didn't feel like sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And I, to the point that, matter of fact, I didn't even feel like streaming from the couch. I was like, nah, forget it. So I'm gonna be back this week. I'll make myself stream. I do want to get back on Core Keeper. They had an update. There's all kinds of new stuff. There's so much new stuff that I almost feel like maybe I want to start all over because there's so much new stuff. I don't even know. But at the same time, I don't feel like rebuilding my railroad, which I need to build more of. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm always on Cuisinier. I'm always going to be cooking, and I don't care. That game, once it's on Switch, I'm buying on Switch. Well, I say that, but that might be a lie. Because once I get my Steam Deck, I might just be on my Steam Deck. That's really what it is. I just want to be able to
take it on the go with you.
Yeah, to climb into my bed and play. That's really what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
that's really what it is. I'm gonna have my Steam Deck, my Kindle, and my tablet in my bed.
Okay. That's an interesting setup. That's gonna be an interesting setup.
I put down the Switch because that detective game came out.
Yeah.
I gotta get that. Well, no, because what was the only episodes were dropping, right? Not all of it at once.
No, that was for the demo. Was the episodes? The first 3 episodes were just for the demo.
Okay, but it's out now.
It's out now. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to just go ahead and buy that for it to sit for me to hurry up and finish the second one. Because I'm on the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that series is good. So
it's really good. The first one was creepy as all get out.
But this one was supposed to be creepy too. So
yeah, I know. But the new one seems really creepy. The other one, like, it was creepy, but it wasn't creepy, but it was creepy.
This one, like, do not make this into live action, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, come on by the Wing the Podcast. We'll be going live in about 30 minutes. Chat will be open as always. I think we got a pretty interesting one tonight. Probably going to add some stuff to it. It just happened, but we'll see. And thank you guys once again for watching, and see you next week. Peace out, people.
Bye.